What's going on, you beautiful children of God? Today I will be reviewing Chapter 4, Season 4, Last Resort in its entirety. I've been waiting so long to make this video because if you've seen my last video on Wilds, I wasn't a very big fan of it, but I think this season has stepped it up a lot and I just want to review it and give my honest opinion on it. I ain't gonna waste no more of your time, let's hop right into the video reviewing Chapter 4, Season 4 of Fortnite in its entirety. So the first thing I always like to cover is the Battle Pass because it's different from everything else in the game. And this season's Battle Pass, honestly, if we're being honest here, they were just trying to copy Chapter 2 Season 2, which is fine because that season was really successful. But they tried to make these characters who sort of have personalities that stick with you. And I think they did an okay job. So the first skin we have is Nolan Chance. Now this dude, so irrelevant. Who the frick is Nolan Chance? Nobody knows who this guy is. Nobody really cares. It's kind of like they just wanted clicks to have a stunt double in the game. But overall, he's a mid skin because I kind of like his armored up style, but everything else just looks lame. The next skin is Fish Stick. Now, as a professional gym bro myself, I like what they were going here, but they really made my man skip leg day. I don't know what they're doing with that. I don't know. So honestly, Fish Stick, good skin, funny skin, but Fish Stick is the one who's supposed to have the little legs, not him. So I don't know what they're doing with that, but I love the weight pickaxe and the protein shake backbling. So overall, he had a pretty good set, and he's a really good meme skin in my opinion. Now the next skin up is Piper Pace. I actually really enjoy this skin, especially when you take the coat off. But even with like the pizza outfit on, she still looks really cool in both of her styles. And they definitely did actually manage to make like one of those quirky emo girls actually have personality. That's pretty good on them. So I really like this skin. I really like what they were going for. The back bling is sick. The blue style is sick. And honestly, I think this is one of the best skins in the Battle Pass just because it's so clean. Now the next skin is Cobby Lame. Okay, so I understand he's the most popular TikToker. Actually, I don't understand that. All he does is stare at the camera. But I understand why they wanted to put him in the game because they wanted the most popular TikToker, just like Mr. Beast, most popular YouTuber. I understand why they put him in the game, but the Battle Pass? What does he have to do with stealing things? Okay, well, see, that's where some of the undertones come in that I'm not quite sure they intended to put there, but I don't know what they were doing putting this guy in the Battle Pass because the skin isn't bad. The backbling and pickaxe are actually pretty nice. Like, he's got a good set, but I just don't know why they put him in the Battle Pass. So, fitting to his name, it is kind of a lame skin to put in the Battle Pass, but it's not a bad skin. It just doesn't fit. Now we're going to talk about my girl, May. So, you already know that I clown the anime skins in every Battle Pass, but actually this one's pretty good. Like, the fact that you can turn off the anime look and just make her look like a normal skin is actually really cool. And once again, they did a great job adding a personality and characterization to this skin. This is a great skin. This is probably the best anime skin they've ever put out, coming from the guy who always makes fun of the anime skins. Alright, so the next skin up is Tanya. Now, if any of you saw my video, which like nobody did, but the video where I got my wisdom teeth removed and then reviewed the Battle Pass, I was kind of out of it. And Tanya, how about mommy? How about I call you mommy? Yeah, needless to say, this is a skin that I like a lot. And the final skin of this Battle Pass is Kato Thorn. Now, obviously, once again, they're kind of trying to copy Chapter 2 Season 2, and so kind of like a plain, rich-looking dude like Midas, but I actually like his normal style. It's clean, but I definitely would not say it's tier 100 material. That's where the vampire style comes in, and while I really do like the idea of like a cool guy who can transform into a vampire, like I like the idea, but I just think the vampire version's kind of ugly. Overall, I think Kato Thorn is just kind of a mid-tier 100. He's not bad, and he's definitely unique, but I just don't think he has enough to compare to some really cool skins like the Ice King or Vendetta and stuff, and he's definitely not as cool as Midas. So, and the icing on the cake for this Battle Pass was Ahsoka. Now, I love Star Wars, maybe more than I love Fortnite, but listen, man, they should have gave her a Clone Wars style. They kind of dropped the ball on all of her cosmetics except for the skin. The skin's nice. The skin doesn't match a lot, but it's pretty clean. That's the thing with this Battle Pass is they're kind of clean. Yeah, it's okay, and it definitely fits with the drop of the show, and I'm glad it wasn't tier 100, but it's just kind of a little bit underwhelming to get, you know, a Star Wars skin that has so much potential and only get one version of her that, in my opinion, is the worst version. Overall, this was a pretty good Battle Pass. Some mid skins, but overall pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and give this Battle Pass a 7 out of 10 because there's some good things, but there's some mid things. They could have done better, but they definitely didn't do a bad job. Alright, now the second thing that we're going to discuss in this video is the map. Now, the map of this season, once again, trying to mirror Chapter 2 Season 2. I like the vault POIs, and I like the style, and I like how big they are. But man, they could have done a little bit more. I think right now we have a really good version of this map. Like, I definitely think it's 10 times better than the map we got at the start. And I actually like this map a lot more than I did before. Still not a good map in my opinion, but I think what they could have done is maybe change some more stuff in the middle, like the jungle biome. I just think compared to Season 2 where we had 5 POIs, we could have got a little bit more than 3. Which are good POIs. Once again, I like them, and they're fun to land at if you want to get a good hot drop. But man, they just kind of dropped the ball with only adding them on the outskirts. I just wish that they would have done a little bit more, added maybe one more, like maybe put Eclipse to stay in the middle of the map, somewhere a little more relevant, and I think it would have been really good. And overall, we do have a pretty good version of this map right now, but I just think they missed out on some opportunities. I do like the radio towers. They're a cool idea, unique idea, and I like the bosses around the map, and I love how they tied in all of the wild card like NPCs and all the heisted stuff into this season. And I'm basically just trying to communicate that they did add good POIs. I think the POIs that they added are super good, super fun to play in. And they're big, they're sizable, but I just wish they would have maybe added some more near the middle of the map to spice things up a little bit. And the places that did add them in definitely helped with the like the population that was dropping there. But overall, they just could have done a little bit of a better job adding maybe one more POI to just make it a little more entertaining to drop in, you know, the middle of the map or around there where it's just kind of lame right now. So the map, I'm going to give, once again, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10, actually. We'll give it a 7.5 out of 10 because it's pretty good for what they did add. They just could have added a little bit more. All right, now that we're done with the map, let's move on to the loot pool. Now, last season's loot pool, oh my gosh, it sucks so much. This season, we have definitely stepped up our game, okay? Epic Games, thank you. Thank you for making this not a spray meta like last season. I wouldn't necessarily say it's a shotgun meta because the first thing we're going to talk about is the shotguns. The shotguns this season, there's not really a good box fighting shotgun. The Sharp Tooth isn't bad for box fighting, but it's definitely not great. I mean, I already talked about it last season. It's a good shotgun. It's just not as good as like the normal pump for box fighting. There's also the Infiltrator. I don't know why they added this. It's the most useless gun ever. It's like this awkward mix between attack and a pump that has a lot of range but does like 2 damage. I mean, I've literally jumped into people's boxes and shot them probably 4 times with this, and they just don't die. I hate the Infiltrator, man. It is not a good gun. And they brought the Maven back. Why, bro? Why did you bring the Maven back? There's no reason to have the Maven back. It's like the worst gun in the game. Actually, I think it's better than the Infiltrator, but just they didn't do a great job with the shotguns this season. And they did add the wood stake, but that one also is just weird. So now there's 4 shotguns in the loot pool, and none of them really work that well as a box fighting gun, and I like box fighting more than anything. So not very great on the shotguns, but the Sharp Tooth does hold up decently well, so I ain't complaining too much. Now the SMGs this season, they kept the combat SMG in, and oh my gosh, I went from so bad with that thing to perfect. I am just perfect with my aim with that gun, and I think it fits with the overall meta with this season. So yeah, it's better than just a full spray meta with the combat, but it kind of trumps the other SMG, which is the burst SMG, the like scoped burst. Super cool gun in theory, except it literally does like 9 damage per shot. This gun's pretty terrible, I'm not gonna lie. I've only ever played against one person who could absolutely beat me with that. One game, I only have one game where I died because someone was good with this gun. Every other game, nobody picks it up because it's so terrible. So they didn't do a great job with that one either. However, the ranged game, they did a pretty good job. Now the Havoc, they buffed it. Havoc's a lot better now. Still think it's not the greatest, but it's pretty good. We all know the Havoc, right? We know the Havoc. I want to talk about the Twin Mag. Now, I am not very good with recoil control at all, as you probably know. But the Twin Mag is really good. Like you can see in these videos, I can beam people even though I might miss like half my shots. I'll still hit like half my shots, which is not normal for me with a gun with recoil. So the Twin Mag, I kind of think it needs nerfed a little bit, honestly. It's really good. I'm really glad that they added this into the game. And then they also added the Suppressed Sniper. Now, the Suppressed Sniper is good. I'm not good with it. Once again, I used to be, but I'm not amazing with it anymore. But it's good. I like that they added the snipers back. Don't know that they should one-shot and 0, but I don't know about that one. And the other 2 guns in the range game are the DMRs. Don't know why they keep adding DMRs, man. I'm not even bad with the thermal anymore. I'm actually pretty good with it, and I still hate that thing. But ladies and gentlemen, that is not the best part of this loot pool. The best part is the items. So first off, you have the fun items. The turret is so useful, especially in 0 build. You just throw that down in the middle of the fight, causes so much chaos, gets so many free kills. Love that thing. But think about the movement this season. We have the shockwaves in build mode too, and And I don't know if you guys know this, but I love shockwaves. So great job with the shockwaves. The rocket ram, one of the most fun items we've had in a while. Little overpowered. Don't think it should do fall damage, but the fact that you can just go straight through builds and land on somebody's builds, like it creates for so many funny and fun plays. And then you have with Fortnite, they added the witch's broom. Oh my goodness. They did such a good job with this loot pool. I think that the items are really what sets it apart with all the movement, all the fun stuff. But let's not even get into the other best part of this loot pool, which is the fact that they brought back so many old mythics. And I mean, you have the Foundation's MK, you have the Shockwave launcher, Kit's Charge. Like they actually did it. I didn't think they'd do it. I thought they would bring back like a couple, or maybe just the ones from Chapter 4. And I do kind of wish they would have brought back like the Mythic Havoc and the Overclocked Pulse Rifle and stuff. But oh my goodness, they did such a good job bringing back the mythics this season. Actually made this season so fun. So I have to thank Epic Games for actually focusing on fun this season and still managing to keep it decently competitive. So the loot pool this season, I'm going to give the loot pool an 8 out of 10, because if we had like one really good box fighting shotgun, it would be like a 9. They did such a good job in the loot pool this season, and I think that's the main reason why this season is so freaking fun. So we've arrived at the end. Literally the end, because we're going back to Chapter 1, which is just like so out of the blue, but so amazing. I'm not going to complain about that. But you guys, this season has been so fun. I thought Mega was super good. I also think this season's super good, and I can't tell which one I like more. So I'm going to rate this honestly the same as Mega. I'm going to give this season a 7 out of 10, because once again, there's a couple overpowered things. They're fun, but they're low OP. They could have done a little bit more with the map. They could have done a little bit more with the battle pass, and They could have added a little bit more. There was a couple spots where I was like, we need some content here. Maybe buff the sharp tooth a little bit. It's already a great gun, but they just could have done a tiny bit more. And I think overall, if we're talking about like generally the game, still doesn't work that amazing. I'm not dying to glitches as much, but the game still is a little bit off. Feels a little bit off, and the map could use a little bit more help. So it's not like an 8 out of 10, like a super good top 10 season, but I definitely think this is tied, if not the best season of Chapter 4. Definitely, it's super fun. I think I like Season 2 like the tiniest bit more, but it's so small, I don't even know which one I like more. So this season, freaking-tastic job. Love what they did with this season. Love how they actually made me enjoy playing on this map and enjoy playing this game again, because I wasn't really playing it that much last season, because last season sucked. So great job. I just want to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I tried to keep this one as short as possible. And yeah, I will see you guys in Chapter 1. I'm going to make some fire videos if you would like to subscribe and see those. I cannot wait for the content that's going to come out with this. I'm going to have so much fun. Oh, I sound so zesty right now. I'm so happy. Thank you guys so much for watching this. God bless every single one of my viewers. Thank you guys for being on this journey with me in Chapter 4. And this isn't quite a solemn goodbye like I gave to Chapter 3, because I'm not really attached to this chapter, because I didn't like this chapter that much overall. But this season definitely brought it up a little bit for me. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys in the next video in Chapter 1. And keep on doing what you're doing. I'll see you guys.